Hello. Assalamu alaikum. So good evening all. So myself Arun from DRI Testing and Rotors. We are a power group company, and here we are associated with Mansoor Controls from almost past 20 years. So I'll start my presentation. So in the Middle East, Power Group has two companies, Briar and DRI. These are two flagship companies. So Briar is into pure dehumidification, whereas DRI is into energy recovery systems. So Briar is not new, it's a very old company. It was a US company in 1964. And there you can see the journey into India and the parts of the country. And now it's all been controlled from India. So head office is in India now, Briar brand. So we are in almost all parts of the world. You can see our presence. Middle East, India, Africa, US, we are in all parts. We have basically 4 companies, 3 manufacturing. So we have a worldwide network. We have 13 manufacturing plants, which is having almost 1,500 employees, 750 engineers. And the most important, we have 9 in-house R&D test labs. So whatever we manufacture, we test also. So we are always near. We are into pharma, we are into food, electronics, shipyards, auto, all fields. We have a product. So these are a few of the pictures of our office in US, Malaysia, India, Brazil. These are our factories. The central one is a LEED certified building. So as I have said, whatever we manufacture, we test also. So we have a test lab for energy recovery wheels. So we can create the condition of Egypt in my lab in India and test the recovery wheel. We have a gas phase filtration labs. We have VOCs labs. We have chill beams and all. So lots of R&D we do on all of our product range. We have filed 132 international patents, out of which 58 are already granted to our company. So we believe in innovation. So in my presentation, I'll show you how innovative products we have. Apart from that, we are also into society. We work for society, lots of CSR we also do. So coming back to the products again, so we have Briar humidifiers, which are used to maintain low humidity for pharma applications or any indoor swimming pools. This is our new product, which is for, you can say, the battery application, which needs actually very low dew points like minus 80 degrees C. We have a gas phase filtration to neutralize the smell from the ambient. So if you have any concern for the smell, we have a solution for that also. We have high temperature wheel for big industries where they have waste heat. We have chillers, which is a very special adsorption chiller which works on waste heat. So and it will give you cooler just for free. If you have a heat available, we can give you water just for free. It's plastic dryings and all. Motion analyzers we have. Now coming to the product range of DRI. DRI is purely into commercial segment. Our core product is energy recovery wheels, desiccant filters, cooling pad, gases filtration. We also supply a full system which are much more energy efficient than which are available in the market. So I'll show you the technical presentation. These are the components. First one is wheel. This is an air-to-air heat exchanger. Then we have cooling pads. Then we have gas phase filtrations. And then we have eco-diapers. So all these are manufactured from scratch in our factory. And we have test labs also to test those. Especially for this heat recovery wheel, the lab is certified by Intertech, which is from the US. So this is how our product looks like with the energy recovery wheel. I'll go to detail in later slides. We have chill beams, purification systems, cooling solutions we have, compressor drying, dehumidifiers. So that's it for the corporates. Now I'll take you to a short video before starting with the presentation of my energy recovery wheels, the indoor air quality, why it's important to have good indoor quality, and when we bring fresh air from outside inside to a system. So this brings load to a system. So how to reduce it and how to optimize the system. So let's start.
The average urban person spends approximately 90% of their time indoors. And while most people are aware that outdoor air pollution can damage their health, many are not aware that indoor air pollutants can also do the same. Indeed, studies of human exposure to air pollutants by EPA indicate that indoor levels of pollutants may be 2 to 5 times, and occasionally more than 100 times, higher than outdoor pollutant levels. Indoor air pollutants have been ranked among the top 5 environmental risks to public health. The problems they cause can be subtle and do not always produce easily recognized or immediate impacts on health. Fresh, clean air from outside is required to be introduced into buildings to improve the indoor air quality. This fresh air helps in keeping the building occupants healthy, alert, and avoids the building itself becoming sick. Good indoor air quality, IAQ, contributes to a favorable learning environment for students, productivity for teachers and staff, and a sense of comfort, health, and welfare for school building occupants. Failure to prevent indoor air problems in schools can have serious short-term and long-term health effects. IAQ problems are not limited to homes and schools. Many office buildings have significant air pollution sources. Some of these buildings may be inadequately ventilated. ASHRAE and other international organizations provide guidelines on the amount of fresh air to be introduced into a building and is based upon the number of occupants, the type of building, and its application and the area. The best solution for indoor pollution is dilution using outside fresh air. Now, the introduction of fresh air in hot and humid climates leads to an increased load on the air conditioning equipment to bring the temperature and humidity of the fresh air down to the comfort level. Similarly, in winters, the fresh air may add to the heating and humidification load of the HVAC equipment. So here's the dilemma. On one hand, we want to bring in fresh air, and on the other hand, we do not want to increase the air conditioning tonnage and operating cost. Both aspects are required for a sustainable green building. The solution? DRI EcoFresh Energy Recovery Systems. The EcoFresh Energy Recovery Wheel recovers both the sensible and latent energy from the exhaust air of a building, and this energy is used to pre-cool and pre-dry the incoming fresh air. The exhaust air of the building is the stale air being thrown out of the building. However, it is conditioned and hence energy can be recovered. The EcoFresh Energy Recovery Wheel is an air-to-air heat exchanger with aluminum as substrate for temperature recovery with a desiccant coating on both sides of the aluminum foil for latent recovery. The exhaust air is usually in the range of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius and between 45 to 55% relative humidity. Usually, about 80 to 90% of the fresh air volume is available as exhaust air volume. More the exhaust air available, the better the recovery. Other types of heat exchangers, such as heat pipes and plate exchangers, recover only sensible energy or temperature. In such sensible only heat exchangers, the total enthalpy recovery is very low. The EcoFresh rotor in the cassette rotates at a speed of 20 to 25 revolutions per minute. The lower the face velocity of air on the wheel, the higher will be the energy recovery. DRI provides energy recovery wheels in various depths, also in diameters in excess of 5 meters. The exhaust air of the building should not carry over to the fresh air side and cause cross-contamination. This is ensured by the choice of the right seals, a proper purge, the correct rotation speed, and the choice of a desiccant such as a molecular sieve. 3 angstrom, which only allows the water molecule to get carried over to the other side. The EcoFresh energy recovery wheels are usually installed in treated fresh air handling units or in energy recovery ventilators. They can also be installed as standalone ducted heat exchangers. The EcoFresh energy recovery wheels are certified by ASHRAE and Eurovent, apart from various other required certificates for HVAC equipment. DRI is equipped with world-class air-to-air heat exchanger lab to test performance and provide highly accurate test results. DRI EcoFresh wheels have the world's largest installation base of desiccant-coated aluminum substrate energy recovery wheels. DRI EcoFresh is globally the first choice for high-energy recovery enthalpy wheels.
I'll start with the presentation. So basically the quality of air near around us is changing. Are we? So our aim is to maintain the indoor air quality, that's to maintain right temperature and humidity. But it's not only limited up to that, it's also now harmful chemicals and contaminants and odor also. So there was a myth that air pollution occurs only outdoors. It's not right. Air inside is sometimes more polluted than what it is outside. And as a human being, we spend most of the times indoor only, 80 to 90%. So indoor air has lots of pollutants. Let's say we are sitting here, so we have formaldehyde, from the carpet, smells are there, from the wood, again there is smell. Paint also emits some gases. So these all are indoor air pollutants, and the air needs to be diluted by fresh air. So anybody who sits for a longer time when there is no fresh air, they definitely will be feeling some headache, nausea, will be feeling fatigue, probably coughing also. And such building is called a sick building. And long term, if we are into that environment, then BRI comes into picture. And in that case, we are developing some, you can say, some allergies or legionnaire disease, sensitivity issues will be having. So, how to monitor this IMU? So, it's not like that you have to calculate all the chemicals or the gases which is being emitted here in the area. We just have to focus on the CO2. CO2 is defined as surrogate index by ASHRAE 2.1. So, controlling source of pollution is not the right way. We have to remove pollutants from here. This can be done in 2 ways, either by increasing ventilation or by air cleaning. Air filtration, again, yes, you can filter the air, but you cannot revitalize. The oxygen content will not be there. Source control methods can be like sealing particle board, but that's not practical actually. The solution to pollution is dilution only. We have to increase the amount of fresh air. So ASHRAE also defines, as per new standard 62.1 2010, that fresh air can be calculated by 2 ways, by per person and per square feet. So initially it was separate, but they have merged together in the new standard. So they have also mentioned some rates also in standard that should be like this only. So definitely if we bring more fresh air to the system, we'll be able to maintain the indoor air quality. But this will definitely going to increase the load chiller and all. So how to address that condition? There are lots of recovery systems available in the market. One is like a coil recovery loop, but this is again purely sensible. This is a heat exchanger with the, you can say, plate types, and this is the wheel type. So out of those, heat recovery wheel is the more efficient because it takes care of your latent load also. It takes care of your moisture also, which is very important nowadays. So it's a small comparison. How effective is the heat wheel compared to the other technologies in the market? You can see that on the third number, the desiccant-based rotary exchangers are much more efficient. Although other technologies have their own application, but for air-to-air exchanger, for HVAC application, this is the most important. So total recovery means we are recovering both sensible as well as the latent energy. So the heat recovery wheel cools down the ambient pressure and also remove the moisture. So it is made up of this aluminum for a sensible recovery, and there is a coating of desiccant over it, which is molecular sieves 3 angstrom for the latent recovery. So there are lots of parameters on which heat recovery wheel has to be selected. The most important is cross-contamination. So cross-contamination can be of number of types. So I'll just so the desiccant what DRI proposes is a very special desiccant. It's a controlled desiccant. Like silica gel you see at point number F. It's a good desiccant, but the pore size is not controlled. So if I'm using a desiccant like this in the recovery, probably there are chances that smell get transferred to the other side. So desiccant with a 3A molecular sieve is the best one because it can control that size also. This is a small table. You can see only water and oxygen can be transferred. Rest all will be exhausted. So even if you are taking exhaust from your restrooms, it will not get transferred to the supply side. So there are technologies are also like 3A, 4A, but 3A is the most prominent one. It provides very special seals across the wheel so that no air will get transferred from one side to the other side. We have debris seals, special seals. Media carrier is taken care because we have the special bird section. You can see how the bird sector is there in the wheel. Fan configuration is again very important there, just to minimize the cross contamination. So you can see how big is the wheel we can manufacture. So in a nutshell, if you are using an energy recovery system, you can just optimize lots of things. You can save on the running cost, operating cost in the entire HVAC system. It is getting increasing in Egypt also nowadays. So